A very good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the continuation of the chapter reaching the adolescence age. So, in the last class, we have seen that is a number of changes taking place in the boys and even girls, whether it can be a primary changes or even secondary sexual changes. Today, in this class, we are going to learn how these changes are taking place within the body. That is, what kind of influence are taking place in the body. It is mainly because of hormones and all we are going to learn now. How do puberty changes occur? That is mainly because of endocrine glands. So endocrine glands are the glands which are mainly responsible for the growth of a number of structures in the body. We are having two types of glands. One is exocrine and even endocrine glands. We shall see further. The changes which occur at adolescence are controlled by hormones. Then, what do you mean by hormones? Hormones are chemical substances. These are the secretion from endocrine glands or endocrine system. Then, what do you mean by endocrine? Endocrine glands are ductless glands of endocrine system that secrete their products hormones directly into the blood. So here they are telling it does not have any kind of a duct, whereas in the exocrine gland they are having, that is, a ducts. Through the ducts, what happen, a fluid like substances or a hormones will be secreted, and through those ducts what happen to the different parts of the body, the ducts are going to release their hormones, whereas in a endocrine glands there is no ducts. So thereby what happen, directly they are going to release their hormones to which one, that is to the blood vessels or even to the stream of our blood. So hormones are nothing but, it is not just a fluid or any other thing. It is nothing but just a chemical substances. Chemical substances are nothing but proteins along with the nutrients, that's all. So these are playing an important role. The major glands of the endocrine system are, what are the endocrine system we are having? That is pineal gland, pituitary gland, pancreas, ovaries, testes, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, hypothalamus, and adrenal gland. Here you can see the picture here. So here the pineal gland you are having in the brain, and pituitary gland plays a very important role, because pituitary gland is known as a master of a gland the whole body, since even though it is a size of varying only a pea size, what happen, or small size it may be, it is going to control each and every activity of a human being. And thyroid gland you can see, and thymus and adrenal glands over the kidneys, and even you can see that is pancreas and ovary in a female and testes in a male. So these glands are called as which one, that is endocrine glands. So endocrine glands release hormones into the bloodstream to reach a particular body part called target site. So here target site is nothing but they are telling to which they are going to react. So here they are telling the endocrine glands which are present, they are going to release certain type of hormone, that is which organ must react or which organ must act to that organ, what happen, they are going to release, that is hormone through a bloodstream. The target site respond to that hormone, that is target site is nothing but the organ which has to react, what happen, will be reacted only because of this hormone. These hormones are responsible for the male and even female secondary sexual character. So they are telling for the male and female secondary sexual characters, these endocrine glands or the hormones are going to play a very important role. The sex hormones are under the control of hormones from the pituitary gland. As I have already told, what happened, even though it is a size of having only a pea size, what happened, this pituitary gland plays a very important role in controlling all other glands. So that is why what happened here, we can say the gland, it is nothing nothing but a master of gland. They are telling the sex hormones which are present in male and female are generally under the control of which one they are telling pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is present in which one, that is brain. The pituitary secretes many hormone, one of which makes ova mature in the ovaries, that is in a female, and sperms in the form of a testis. So here even the ovaries or the ovums or a egg which has to mature in the ovaries in a female means it has to take a permission from which one they are telling pituitary. And even the sperms which has to be secreted in the testis means it is also the influence of which one they are telling pituitary glands. The male hormone or a testosterone begins to be increased by the testis at the onset of a puberty. That during the maturity of a boy is what happen hereby you can see a male hormone, that is testosterone hormone, which will be released by the testis. By the time whenever it releases, it causes changes in the boys, for example growth of a facial hair, that is a beard and even mustache. Once puberty is reached in girls, ovaries begin to produce and the female hormone or estrogen, which makes the breast develop. So here the male hormone is testosterone and the female hormone is estrogen. So hereby whenever the eggs start to attain a maturity, thereby what happen a breast start to develop in the girls, and even along with that milk secreting glands or a mammary gland develop inside the breast. The production of these hormones is under the control of another hormone from an endocrine gland is called as which one, pituitary gland. So here also you have to keep it in mind, even the milk which is secreted in the breast, it is also nothing but mainly influenced because of which one they are telling pituitary gland. Reproductive phase of life in humans. Adolescents become capable of reproduction when their testes and ovaries begin to produce gametes, that is, a sperm in male and even eggs in a female. The capacity for maturation and production of gametes lasts for a much longer time in male than in a females. In females, the reproductive phase of life begins at puberty 10 to 12 years of age and generally lasts till the age of approximately 45 to 50 years. The ova begin to mature with the onset of a puberty. So here the production of eggs in a female what happened from the age of what happened 10 to 12 years of age, what happened it will start, and even the egg production will be stopped at the age of 45 to 50 in the females. It may be mainly during that is or action of a hormones, and even what happens sometimes because of a heavy tension or even body action also what happen, this kind of eggs production will be stopped. The ovum matures and is released by one of the ovaries once in about 28 to 30 days. That is, every 28 to 30 days what happen you can see, that is in the ovaries there will be a production of one egg or ovum. During this period, the wall of the uterus become thick so as to receive the egg. In case it is fertilized and begin to develop, this results in a pregnancy. So here what happened within the ovaries, if a egg which is fertilized, what happened, it attaches to the uterine wall. Later by receiving the nutrition from the mother, what happened, the egg will develop and fertilize into a zygote. Later what happened, it will be leading for the formation of a baby. So that's why what happened, the lady will become a pregnancy. But if the egg is not fertilized, what happens, we might have know about a maturation, isn't it, that is menstrual cycle every month. This what happens if there is no egg fertilization. If fertilization does not occur, the released egg and the thickened lining of the uterus along with its blood vessels are shut off. So hereby what happen in the uterine wall, whatever may be the things which are mainly responsible for the birth child, what happened during that reason, what happened, the sheet or any thick lining will be taking place within the uterus wall, that too only for the growth of a child. But the egg is not fertilized means the uterine wall thickening of a wall what happen is not necessary. Hence what happen, it will start to shred off, that is it will start to come out. This causes bleeding in women, which is called menstruation. Menstruation occurs once in about 28 to 30 days. Maximum 28 to 30 days. What happens? You can see that is menstruation. The first menstrual flow begins at puberty and is called menarche. At 45 to 50 years of age, the menstrual cycle stops. As you might have heard, isn't it? As even I have told, that is what happened during the 45 to 50 years of age. What happened? The production egg what happened will stops, and whenever the eggs production stops, means what happened? Even the menstrual cycle also stops. The production of eggs what happened is going to vary from one female to another female, because it all depends on the activities or even the hormonal changes which takes in place in a female. Stoppage of menstruation is termed menopause. So menopause is nothing but the period in which bleeding will not be seen further. Initially, menstrual cycle may be irregular. It takes some time to become regular. It is common in every girl. So what happens? By the starting of menstruation, you can see that is number of girls will be having irregular periods. That is nearly they will be having 28 days or 30 days, or even the number of days are going to vary. But after some days, what happen, or some years, what happen, it will become a regular. Menstrual cycle is controlled by hormones too. So here you might have heard that is that hormones plays a very important role, isn't it? So here even they are telling the menstrual cycle is also controlled by their telling hormones. This cycle includes the maturation of the egg, its releases thickening of uterine wall, and its breakdown if pregnancy does not occur. As I told, what happened? The thickening of a wall in a uterus will start to break down, and thereby what happens? If they will be having that as menstruation. If egg is fertilized, it begins to divide and then gets into a zygote. As I have told, within the uterine wall, what happens? If egg is fertilized, a baby will start to develop. Whereas if egg is not fertilized, thereby what happen? It will start to shed through bleeding.